Hello, everybody. This is Tammy Williams, and I'm here with Yul Brenner. Yul
Yes.
Brenner,
Yul
right?
Brenner, yes.
How is your name, Yul Brenner?
My name came from my family who are big fans of the Yul Brenner, the actor.
Mm-hmm.
We used to watch The King and Nine, The Ten Commandments, and Westworld. And my father was named Yul Brenner, and I was named after my father, so that's where my name comes from.
I bet you get a lot of what is Yul Brenner all about? That kind of
Yes,
thing.
I get it in two ways. I either get it for the actor, or there's a Soldier Boy song that comes out called Superman, and you usually do the Yuling and all that type of stuff for me, for my namesake and all that type of stuff. So it's pretty fun. At first it was kind of annoying getting that, but after a while, once you start getting jobs because of your name, you stick with it.
You get jobs because of your name.
I do.
So Yul is a set PA. So today we're talking about really how to get started in the film industry. As a set PA, because we know that's the entry level position. So you're saying that your name, Yul, has helped you get jobs?
Yes, because when you have a memorable name, people tend to remember who you are a little bit more, so it kind of sticks. And with the people who I've worked with, they remember watching them as a kid or may have you, so it kind of helped me, push me forward.
So kind of like the whole networking thing.
Exactly.
When you say your name, maybe I should change my name to what? What did you?
Well, just do Adele. I mean, you have Adele.
Adele.
Yeah,
Adele. My middle name is Adele.
So you just go by Adele.
Adele. Okay. I am Tammy'Dele, like Tammy'Dele Films. Tammy'Dele Films.
Hey, that might work.
Adele.
So my name is Adele, and then everyone's just like, wait a minute.
Yeah. When I was younger, I hated the name Adele, but now I love it so much.
I used to hate my name as well when I was younger, but now
We've
I
been
own it.
transformed.
Yeah.
We've been,
it's my new identity.
So let's
yeah.
talk about being a set PA. So you have worked on all these fabulous films like Captain America, Civil War, Captain America, Civil War. You've worked on Guardians of the Galaxy, another Marvel film, and Ant-Man.
Ant-Man and Wasp. Yep.
So you're just like in this whole Marvel universe thing going on.
Yes.
And what else have you worked on?
I worked on Mother's Day as a wardrobe PA, and I've also worked day play for Vampire Diaries and also Greenleaf as a wardrobe PA when I was working there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've done all these films, and how did you start in the business? Since we're talking about how you can get started in the business as a set PA, how did you get started in the industry?
Well, the way I got started was while I was in school. I went to Clayton State University. I actually started a television station while I was there, and also a film festival. And I used that knowledge and those experiences that helped navigate me around like the city. I used to do like a lot of set PAing for indie projects with students and everything else. And I've even worked on a low budget film called Lena and Teddy, that I'm not sure what happened to actually that film itself, but then once
Disappeared?
yeah, because sometimes that happens when you work on any
Yeah.
films or any other films. Sometimes they go up and they disappear, or sometimes they blow up. But I know Lena and Teddy was very successful, but I've only was like a day player on that film for a
But
couple of days.
the whole point is you got experience.
I got experience.
So on the indie film or whatever film is, you took the time to build your resume to get the experience you needed.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And then after that, I actually ended up joining Open Rivers at the time, which is now Tammy'Dele. That's when I ended up interning for you guys when I ended up leaving school. And ever since then, I've been working as an office and a set PA for you guys. And I used those experiences to get to know people and eventually, join the film industry that way.
Yeah, and working as because on some of these films you work as a set PA, and now you're doing primarily office PA.
Yes.
Because through that process, somewhere you decided that you wanted to work more in the office.
Yes, when you start off as a PA, it kind of gives you like an overview of everything. Like you have your set PAs, your departmental PAs, and your office PAs. And once you kind of get a range of everything, you can kind of point out what you want to do. So for me, I wanted to go more into producers route or UPM route. So I ended up joining the office and becoming an office PA.
Okay. That's very good. I love your story and how you volunteered. You work on indie films before you even got to the big Captain America and all those films. You did a lot of work in between, including going to a workshop.
Yep.
You went to a set PA workshop
Yep.
and an office PA workshop and got some training there.
Yep.
How did those workshops help you prepare, because we know sometimes there's controversy. Oh, you don't need to take a class on set PA. Yes, you do. How did the workshops help you?
Well, the workshop helped me with the basic knowledge when it comes to working on the set and how the culture is different from like everyday outside life. I tell people all the time, it's like being in the movie industry is like military life. It's a different culture, it's a different mindset, mentality that people a lot of times don't understand. So taking those type of classes really kind of helped me gauge that and kind of gave me a realistic approach to, you know, what is going to happen once you try or attempt to join the industry. And of course, nothing like tops experience, but at least sets you up to have that experience when it comes to joining the film industry. So,
Yeah. Kind of set you up to win and make you more familiar with who's on set,
exactly,
what you're supposed to be doing on set, the
and
do's
what you
and
don't
don'ts,
supposed to be doing
what
on
you
set.
don't. And unfortunately, I've heard about PAs getting released because of just simple things like not taking taking photos on set. You know,
Yeah,
and
there's many stories of that I will
Yeah.
not get into, but I've seen
Yeah.
that happen.
Yeah.
Even as simple as wardrobe, I've seen people get hired and did not get fired, but don't get asked to come back because of dress code or anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a strict dress code, but nothing revealing or anything of that nature.
Yeah. Let's take a look at what's inside this box. I love this dream box, and some of these things in here kind of affect you. So we're going to pull some things out and kind of talk about those. Okay. Let's start off with this calendar and what this calendar kind of means to you. This is a calendar, and you came. There was a time and point in your life where you had to make a huge decision. From, like, we call them like your safety job. You always knew you wanted to work in film, but a time came where you had to make some big decisions.
Yeah,
So,
that actually came a couple of times. I think it was April 2015, around that time. I was working at T-Mobile. I was a sales associate, and I was very techie. I was also a very big comic book geek at the same time. And I had a couple of friends who worked on different films of that nature. And one time when I was at work, I got a call from one of them to work as an assistant to a script supervisor, which I turned down at that one moment in time because I thought to myself, you know, it's only one day, because they offer it for one day.
you turned down a job in the film industry.
Yes, and that's because when you get that call to come into work, that's when reality hits of, okay, it's either now or never, and am I ready to start this process of, after tomorrow, am I going to start another job? And after I did not take that opportunity, I really much regretted it, because, like, you know, you can only attack your dreams only a certain amount of times in your lifetime. So after that, I put my 2 weeks in, and I was getting ready to leave my job and just quit. And this is me not having a job or anything of that nature. I was going to make that jump, which is kind of bold now that I look at it. It was kind of stupid what I did, but I'm glad I did it at the same time. So that Friday, the last day of working at T-Mobile, that same day, I got a call from Captain America Civil War to work as rigging and grip for like a week. So after that Monday came, I was working in rigging and grip, and they paid me enough money to be able to stifle my time and buy some time so I could actually jump on and became part of the wardrobe department. And that was my first official job as part of wardrobe.
Yeah. And you know what? Coming off your job, and I get what you're saying, like, you got a job to day play. And we know that day playing is, you know, you go on a set, you may work, you know, just that day. That's, like you said, it's like one day. But that decision to leave, like when you're working in a place where you're getting a steady check, you know, you're getting that check once a week or every 2 weeks you're getting a check. And all of a sudden you're in this whole freelance business where you're like trying to get your next gig, you know, and it's just kind of based upon going out there, who you know, what you know, who you know, and just major networking. So I could understand that. Oh, it's only one day, but then you look back and go like, you know,
I should have took that chance.
Because that one day could turn into 2 days and 3 days, and we know that now. We know that now. But it was great, and I remember you coming because he was doing an internship with us and saying, you know, I did get a call, and you turned it down. I was like, what? You turned it down? Are you serious? But it has paid off in the sense that the day you decided to quit, you got a call from Captain America to come work there, and right, Captain America.
Yeah, Civil War.
Civil War, and you ended up working there, and you've been doing pretty steady.
Yeah.
Kind of pretty steady ever since that day.
Yeah, so I've been working for about 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
well, Jesus, I'd say 3 years. It could probably be 4 or 5 years at this point. But I've been working for a while since that time. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, it's freelance. So you're always prepping and have to deal with the low burns, or what I mean by low burns, meaning you have moments where you're not working because
Yeah.
it's out of season. Because Christmas come, New Year's come, no one's working. No films are here unless they've been here since
Yeah.
October. So I've been through that, and I still go through my ups and downs, because when you're freelancing, you're constantly in a place where you're finding work. If they say Steven Spielberg is finding work, that means you're going to be finding work all the time too. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
always going to deal with that portion.
Let's see what else is in here. Oh, Mr. Potato Head. You know, this was like one of my favorite toys as a kid,
Okay.
Mr. Potato Head. I guess because you can, like, you know, take off stuff, put it back
It's the
on.
Toy Story guy.
It's a Toy Story guy. Yeah, yeah. What does this potato head mean to you?
I guess it kind of reminds me, like, since it's like a child toy, it kind of reminds me like the first thing that kind of made me want to do film. So I guess growing up as a kid, I was very big on the Kung Fu movie. So I was a very big Bruce Lee fan. But I really didn't realize how much film has impacted me until the movie The Matrix came out. And that was the first film, watching the film by itself, and the behind the scenes, I realized that, oh, this is a job. You can do special effects, you can do art design and all that type of stuff with this, and be a director. And ever since then, it kind of opened my eyes, and I've been following that track throughout my entire life. And now I'm grateful that I'm actually to be part of it and be able to work on a film on a daily basis.
So tell me on say, Captain America. Wait, let me ask you, on all your films,
Okay.
have you ever had, they call it like a fangirl moment, where you saw, I don't know, tell me about your film.
I'm still recovering from a lot of it. Especially that first couple of years when, you know, I'm working on Captain America, Guardians of the Galaxy, especially Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is actually my favorite character. I am a big Marvel geek. I don't like DC at all. Anyway, I'm a
Well,
big...
don't say that, because just in case if DC calls and they're making a movie.
Hey, I would jump on a DC film
Okay,
too.
so he
but-
loves DC.
But yeah, being able to meet some of the actors, because I worked in the office on those films, and see some of the actors, the directors, and the people who are designing the costumes themselves, it was amazing to be able to be privy to see those things before other people had the chance to see them or deal with it or whatever may have you. So, and it was crazy that I actually spoken to a lot of people who worked on films. I was able to tell them all the comic book knowledge that I had and all that type of stuff. So yeah, I had very much so my geeked out moments. And it was really fun. So
What would be, like, what's the best advice that you could give someone from your experience on set? The best, let me talk about, what's your best moment on set? And then what has been your worst moment on set? You can just be totally transparent.
the best moment on set, that's actually a very hard one. I can say it was Spider-Man Homecoming when I was working in the office at that moment in time, but when I walked to set, I was able to see some of the behind the scenes and see Tom Holland, who was playing Spider-Man at the time, and see how he was interacting with the space and how they portrayed him crawling the walls and all this type of stuff, and be able to see him in full costume and everything else.
I bet that's
So
really cool.
that was the
Yeah,
coolest thing. And
yeah.
also seeing Robert Downey Jr. in person for the first time, interacting with Spider-Man, and he is an amazing actor. It's like he is literally Tony Stark, no matter, like, turn off the camera, turn on the camera, he's Tony Stark. That's all he is.
I heard that he is a big giver too. He
Yes,
loves
yes,
crew, and he
yes.
does great. He's just a really wonderful
Yes,
guy.
he's a really good dude. He's a really good person to kind of see and meet. You know, I kind of let the actors do their things. I don't really approach because it's the professionalism I try to keep. But just to watch them and see
Yeah.
how they are. They're really good people, and they really do a good job of what they do. So you can see that they carry that
Yeah.
with them all the time, especially Tom. Tom Holland is awesome as well. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so what has been your Worst moment on set, or like the maybe a great lesson that you learned, but it was like, oh God.
Um, I don't think I ever had a bad moment. Like, I guess one of the bad moments I did have is when we finished Captain America: Civil War. That was my first film I worked on. Everyone else was leaving to go to Germany to work on the film, so on and so forth. And I guess at that moment in time, I did not know that once one film ends, it's over. You have to figure it out from there. So I went through like a 3-month period where I was looking for work. And that was the most difficult moment, like work, like starting off in the industry, because you have to navigate how do I make sure that my bills are paid. You know, I was about to get married. I was like planning to propose. Like a whole lot of stuff was happening. I felt like my whole world was colliding. But the lessons I learned during that segment in my life, I carry with me now. So when now a film is about to end, I have a calmness because I know that it's a season. It's going to come again. The film's going to come, and I have a plan of what I'm going to do next.
So that was really your first baptism into what freelance world
Baptism
was really
by fire.
By fire.
Baptism by
what the
fire.
freelance world is really about,
Exactly.
and how to now plan versus waiting for a film that the film is over. Then it's like, oh my God, what's next? But when a film is about to wrap, you're already thinking ahead. What's my next?
Yeah.
What's happening next, and planning and figuring out what's going on in the industry, what's coming
Who's
my
doing
way,
what? Who's
doing
leaving?
what.
Who's staying?
Yeah,
The whole
yeah,
nine.
all that networking and getting it all
Exactly.
together.
Network is very, very big. If you don't, like me, I'm a shy person. I don't do well in crowds and stuff. You know, once I finally start talking, I'm okay, but getting to that place is hard. But even for me, as being an introvert and being shy, networking is the key thing that's keeping me going.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that's a huge part of it. You
Yeah.
gotta network, and network.
Yeah.
Find out what organizations are out there in your city that you can go to.
Exactly.
Check out social media and the different groups that are there, and just kind of get into the whole culture in the
Exactly.
industry and network.
Yep.
Yeah. So before we wrap up here, tell us what advice would you give to a new set PA, somebody who's just starting off? What would you tell them?
My best advice is to understand what you're embarking yourself into. Go into it with a full committed heart. One of the reasons why I'm saying that, because being a PA, period, set, office, anything else, it takes a lot of time to do a film. So it's at least a 10 to 12 hour day. So understanding that and having that reality check of what you're going to do, what you're going to have to sacrifice to continue to join and continue to work in that type of world. But after a while, you'll get used to it. You will find that, you know, you adjusted to the culture, how life is, and then you start to be able to have fun and enjoy it. But before that, the baptism by fire is a real thing. You have to make sure that you are committed to that lifestyle, or you might not last that long. So that's important to know.
Committed,
Yeah,
dedicated,
yeah. No pressure.
no pressure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Yul,
Yep.
for chatting with us today.
Of course.
Thank you, guys.
No problem.
Bye.